From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. He lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash, took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had. He flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran, and they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And
imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
They had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Shem, YAHAWASHI, Shem, Rakwakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to mighty Akim, Wathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as the speckled bird may look like the other nations, but are actually Asherallah. Today's lesson is going to be on this. I'm not going to lie. I heard somewhere that DJT basically said, "Oh well, fuck it, you guys can handle the Strait of Hormuz or whatever and stuff like that." He was basically pushing off responsibility of that to elsewhere because he didn't want to deal with it. And yeah, so over here in these article things, it says Trump says other nations can fend for themselves in Strait of Hormuz. Trump tells allies, get your own oil, says Iran war could end in 2 to 3 weeks. So basically, he started this whole conflict to begin with, and then it's just weird. It's weird how now he's saying, okay, well, we started this issue. We're the cause of the problem, but we're still going to say, oh, well, fuck you guys. I know I made the mess, but you guys clean it up and whatnot, which is absolutely like, that's childish as shit. It's like, who, like, Saki, I'm not even trying to be like disrespectful or like stop talking or stuttering or anything like that. It's just a matter of like that's some baffling thing to hear from like a grown ass dude that's like 70 or something, where he like, think about it like this. you are a parent, all right, and your child, your 7-year-old kid, all right, they drop a bunch of cookies on the floor, and then they say, "Oh, I'm not gonna clean that up." Oh, the younger brother or the older sibling or the parent can go clean it up and stuff like that. Like, you would smack that kid for being so stupid and disrespectful. But over here, this is the behavior of a grown-ass man that is over here, that made an issue, made a problem, thought he could resolve it within a week or something like that, and then he's just saying that's someone else's problem now. All right, and I read one of the articles where he basically said that we don't need the Strait of Hormuz. We don't need that. We are independent from Middle Eastern oil, so we don't ever need to handle any of this stuff before. Like, someone else can handle that, because you other nations need that way more than us Americans do. That's basically what he was saying. And again, it's just like, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say, because this is genuinely baffling to me. All right, so continuing on, Sirach chapter 4 verse 27: "Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty." So it's just like, this is who these people are making their leader. This is who they are saying, we want this guy, we want this dude, he's such a smart guy, he's a great businessman, he knows how to handle or lead and all that stuff. It's like, what am I looking at? What am I listening to? All right, where his idea of resolving the conflict is telling someone else to do it when he was the one that caused this ruckus in the first place. All right, I genuinely am baffled by it, and the people that are under it, I can only imagine just like their alliances, America's allies. They're like, what the fuck is this dude doing? They're just doing all this stuff behind our back, causing all this trouble, and we're just supposed to go along with that. We're just supposed to support them. We're just supposed to say, "Oh, it's fine. It's all right. You were definitely right in doing that." It's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing that you're just making this more problematic for everyone involved? All right. So that's why it's so important to not be the underling to someone that's so incompetent, as well as just intentionally evil. All right, and that's basically incompetent / intentionally evil. Both are not something that you want, or we want, or anyone needs. All right, it's incredibly destructive, and it doesn't help anyone at the end of the day. Matthew 15 verse 14: "Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch." So over here, just we have this leader, quote unquote leader, that is actively participating in destructive behavior to make the people hate America, make there be conflicts, make there be trouble, and then like what are we getting as a result of it? What's the end result going to be? All right, what can you expect? What else can you expect from this? There's no peace that's going from it, that's coming from it. Wait, where? Oh yeah, Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2: "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." And this is the thing where we have to be able to separate ourselves from this devil. We cannot be all about, "Oh yeah, I support Esau, I'm this, that, that's my president," and whatnot. We're waiting for stuff like this to continue on so that we may see the end. All right, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the things I was hearing, I did not like. Slocky, I did not like it, because it just seemed like more and more delays. But we're still waiting. It's still good to have faith that everything's gonna work out, because even then I did not expect this Iran conflict to be a thing during the, I think at the start of the year, not the start of the year, the start of his term. All right, I didn't think this to happen, but lo and behold, it did happen. So all we can hope for is that even though Esau might be trying to correct things and fix things up, none of that matters, because YAHAWASHI has already put things in motion for things to start. So Yahawadah, that's what we're going to see, or we're going to see some more prophecy. All right, because the funny thing about this is, again, like there's always these different additions of there's this war or Slakia. I meant to say the economy is still getting bad, because people think that I remember now. It was hold on, let me actually Google it so we can see. Trump wants to bring over here. Wait, I heard. All right, bear with me, because again, that's the reason why I didn't say it. I didn't want to say it, and then I was wrong. I want to make sure that I get the details right before I say it. So bear with me one moment. Inviting.
To demonstrate that confirmation or confirm doesn't mean what it says. You're coming and saying that it doesn't always mean what it says. It means it's used differently. So you have to demonstrate that the confirmation or confirm is used differently. You have to show that, not me. Okay. So once again, yeah, number one, not going to get very
all right, so blah 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 is lifting the pause on this. Okay, yeah, I don't know where. So again, I'm correcting myself. I thought I heard something about the whole immigration thing where they were inviting them back. Clearly, that's not the case, or at least I can't find it, or I don't know how to find it. So I'm not gonna speak on that as if it's fact. But that was a part of something that I thought that they were doing. Okay, so. With that being said, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Shem Yahawashi, Shem Rakwakwadosh, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, Abad, and Shalom.